now we got 20 minutes to talk about the Incredible Hulk,
Oh,
which is
man.
great.
Too much time. It's too much time. It's too much time.
So
Oof.
for this one, we've been doing ranking the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but based off of points, based off of categories. Last week we did Iron Man 1 at an overall score of 74.5. So there's 10 categories, all based off of 10. We add it all up to 100, and then we add up all the scores, and then we divide those scores by 4 because there's 4 of us, and it's up to being 74.5. We're going to do the same thing this week. Categories are story, action, visuals, performance, music, villains, cinematography, enjoyment, Marvel impact, and overall. It's gonna be a good one. Look at you guys already playing these things out.
Yes, sir.
Who put this number here? Huh? Get that out of here.
I
was
did
not.
that. I calculated my own total.
Yeah, there's calculations there. We don't want to see these things. I don't want you to be influenced by these numbers.
Yes, you wait.
Whatever.
So this one, instead of writing down every single scene, just figured I'll just go through the wiki plot because it's like fucking 4 or 5 paragraphs. It's not that
Good
long.
choice.
Anything to say before we start about this movie?
I would like
Floor's
to say
open.
that this is
It
the only
was a-
standalone Hulk movie.
Wait. You guys don't talk over each other. I'll give it the.
Go ahead, Dwayne. No, just.
Yeah.
Oh. It was a chore, damn it! It was a goddamn chore. This thing, but it was like 2 hours long. Like, I hated it.
This movie was cinematic
We didn't
trash.
ask for your opinion first. He asked any kind of,
Oh, sorry.
This movie
things outside.
was 112 minutes long. It was less than 2 hours, and
It felt
Yeah, I don't even know what you're talking about. How long it was? It wasn't even a full like Marvel movie.
it felt like a goddamn long ass movie.
Sounds like you had a bad day when you watched it, personally.
That movie made me have a bad day. All right.
You're crazy.
Had a bad day. Had a bad day.
All right, let's go.
How about you, Slunk?
We didn't
Anything
watch the
to say
movie.
beforehand?
Just didn't like it. Thought it was really bad. Thought it was really awkward and weird, and I thought it was like felt rushed. The cinematography was awful. I felt like it was shot by like a first time director. Like so much was rough and not rough in a good way, rough in a really unfinished way. Music was awful. It was like always on. Like it was just like when like is there never not music? It was like just mixed in an awful way. It felt and it tried to make things that were super actiony or sound like it was like a lot of action, not when there wasn't a lot of action going on. Just a lot of potential miss. CGI was like whatevs, wasn't that great. Um, the intro was awful, like really weird, like really weird. Like the whole intro, I was like, what the what are we? Did I miss a movie? What's going on? Why is everybody acting like I felt like they were trying to make it look like campy and then not, and then again campy. And like I like people were getting like like zooming in like I'm getting like the Hulk. But like there's just the lighting was really bad. It looked 70s ish, um, and it was just bad. And then I felt like the main actors weren't casted right. I don't think as much as I love the actors, I just don't think they fit the roles very well of like of 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 like nerdy scientist and then like badass
Edward Norton was never a scientist in this movie. I never saw him be like, "Ooh, this thing is so smart." Watch me figure out all this shit right now and figure out fucking gamma radiation real quick.
I mean, you guys ignoring the exact plot, the entire plot of the movie is that he's on the run, just having become the Hulk, and not even knowing what's going on with him.
Okay, so still not a scientist. So and then Tim Roth as like as like this badass super soldier from like the UK. Like I felt like the casting was bad, and not because the actors are bad. The actors are good, but I just didn't. I don't think they filled these parts very well. The general was like really awful and bad compared to them, so he stood out as just like bad.
General Dad.
You know that, yeah.
Yeah, and then like whole like Liv Tyler, like she just felt forced in there, and it all felt like, oh no, stop it, Dad. Oh no, that's her father.
I know you're in
Like,
there, Dad.
yeah.
All right, Dwayne, you wanna defend? Want to go on defense? You want to go on offense? Go ahead. Floor is yours.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I put my score down.
You
It might be my last one. I might retire after this.
You could change our minds by you might have some opinions that you have opinions
the
that
scores they put. Do you see what they put? Edgar?
No, because we're not supposed to fill those things out yet, right, guys? I told Dwayne to fill out his because we didn't know if he was going to be on.
Oh, okay.
Let me.
Well, let me tell you, there's nothing I can say right now.
What did you like about this movie, Dwayne?
Original Hulk music used from the show.
Hey, when that music did come out, it was pretty cool.
I mean, I wrote down a lot of my notes just for you guys.
You want me to read them out so you don't have to talk?
I got you. Let's see. The only standalone. It's not the only standalone movie. Original music, Lou Ferrigno appearance. The final fight scene was fantastic. I thought the villain was great. Abomination was good. I thought the final fight was better than the one in Iron Man. So going based off of that, I had to rate it higher.
It did feel like a lot longer. Like I feel like the last 20 minutes was just them just destroying New York.
I'll change my action fighting sequence to a 6 because you're right. I guess the beginning action scenes weren't great, but the later ones were better.
There was a point where Hulk ripped the car in half and put both parts on his hands and had boxing
punching gloves
out of a police car.
Yeah, and you know, but you know what though? Like you lose points when like the helicopter's on fire and you're like clap wave, like
yeah, that's his
wind. I know,
Yeah.
but it was
it's the Hulk. That's what he does.
I know, but
they don't explain it like what happened. It's like I understand like that's like a Hulk move. Like they did the ground pound thing too, and I'm like,
yeah.
I understand what they're going for.
And that he's strong. But
it was just like the situation that they got put into. So like, all right, this is how we're gonna show him do his clap hands. It just felt forced. If that part felt forced, and it's like, we need to make sure we get the clap hands in there. All right, and then all right, we'll just do this.
No,
okay,
man, there was foreshadowing when they were in the cave and he was all afraid of the thunder and shit because that's the thunder. The name of the movie is Thunderclap.
Thunderclap.
You guys don't see the foreshadowing here. I was on and off on this movie. I was it took me like 3 times to like finish this movie. 3 tries like sitting down. Just I got busy doing other things, but it was rough to get through. That whole intro scene was so confusing. It was so confusing.
Awful.
That part was awful. I was like, "This is how the movie starts."
I had to ask Percy, like, was any of this in the first Hulk, like the one that's not canon, or was this just filmed for this and never
remember that
used?
This was 2008, right?
This is 2008. I think the other one's 2003.
Yeah, I don't remember the 2003 one. Who's in that?
Eric Bana.
Oh yeah.
They're in the desert.
That movie.
Half the movie.
Yeah. His dad's the bad guy in it.
Son, get that out of here. Yeah, that was absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
This one was good. They had the general.
General Ross.
Yeah, they kept him around.
No future spoilers, but he'll be around later.
We're gonna see more of him.
He just felt extra like
he's gonna be around. What person?
Like he just
extra
felt like
villain?
just too like almost camp wise, just like everything just I can't even just I like him in some parts, but for the most part I'm just like dude, like
you can like the character, but the character can be written badly for a film.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like his lines and everything were just really awful.
Anything left?
Does he count? See, the villain for me were 2 people.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Explain your
So
villains.
if I give him like split my score in half, it's 4-4 per villain. General and Abomination. You know, they were working together.
You're also
Sort of.
forgetting Ty Burrell. He is the
Oh,
villain
of course.
just because he's the
You don't
boyfriend.
add the split. You find the average.
I know. I'm just kidding. I literally just came up with that right now. But I was gonna give it an 8 anyway for villain. I like the villains. I like them both.
I like Tim Roth, but once he got like the stuff in him, he was like, you know what? I'm fucking crazy now, guys. I'm gonna go 1-on-1 versus the Hulk. And then he gets he gets foot smashed into the
Will
tree.
say
That was great, by the way.
Yeah,
That was great.
that was awesome.
Scene, by the way.
Yeah.
It
I
gave me-
love
it
that
gave me points
scene.
for the action. I added that to the action. I was like, oh yeah, big boot.
And he just like ragdolled, and you're like, shit.
Like, oh, you're done. Like you're like. But like he was putting up against the Hulk after the first.
What else
After the first
I
serum
guess I could lower my cinematography. It wasn't that great, but I gave it 6 for impact because Ross was kept there, and you got Tony Stark at the end saying "we," you know. That whole thing kind of gave me chills.
All right. I'm gonna go through the wiki plot real quick before anything to say before I go through it. I don't think Dwayne hears us anymore.
I don't think he hears us. Next thing we was talking over you. Like,
thank you, Dwayne. All right, we'll see you in a minute. Anything else to
say? Go on with the plot.
All right, here is the plot. I was gonna say a cool thing from the movie, but I don't remember any like cool lines that really happened. God, there were no like cool like standout lines, even like a dumb line to say. All right, here we go. At Cole University in Virginia, General Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross meets with Dr. Bruce Banner. Oh yeah, by the way, all of this is in the intro. This like the whole flash scenes and everything happening. It didn't happen like in the actual movie. This is all intro stuff, right?
Yeah. They avoided the origin story.
Yeah. Ross meets with Bruce Banner, the colleague and boyfriend of his daughter Betty, regarding an experiment that Ross claims is meant to make humans immune to gamma radiation. The experiment part of a World War II era super soldier program.
Yeah. What happened? What I miss?
Nothing. We're going over the plot of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
The experiment part of a World War II era super soldier program that Ross hopes to recreate fails. The exposure to gamma radiation causes Banner to transform into the Hulk for brief periods of time. Whenever his heart rate rises above 200 beats per minute, the Hulk destroys the lab and surrounding area, killing several people inside and injuring the General and Betty and others outside. Banner becomes a fugitive from the U.S. military and Ross, who wants to weaponize the Hulk. All of that was in the intro. And they don't mention, and they mention it later, but they don't like show any of it. It's like quick scenes. Edward Norton just sitting on a fucking hospital bed for no reason.
Yeah, that intro was bad.
It was so weird.
It was just really weird. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, is this the right movie? I stopped it and went back.
5 years later, Banner works at a bottling factory in Rocinha, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, while searching for a cure for his condition. It's not in here, but there's a point where he's like fucking downing flowers and injecting them, or I don't know what the hell he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
On the internet, he anonymously collaborates with a colleague known only as Mr. Blue. He is learning yoga techniques to help keep control and has not transformed in 5 months. After Banner cut his finger, a drop of his blood falls into a bottle. Worst CGI blood since like old school like Spider-Man.
Since Blade.
Oh god.
It's just it's like 2 blood dots connecting and just rotating down. And he's like all panicking, goes down there and like, oh shit, got it guys. And then you see this other bottle fucking
flop. It was so much on the bottle that he missed.
How do you miss that much? Like Jesus.
Yeah, he's like, it's all good, guys. It's all good. And you walk away.
Fucking ends up killing Stan Lee and shit. After Banner cuts his finger, a drop of his blood falls into a bottle, which is eventually ingested by an elderly consumer in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, giving him gamma sickness. Using the bottle to track down Banner, Ross sends a special force team led by Emil Blonsky to capture him, aka Tim Roth. Banner transforms into the Hulk and defeats Blonsky's team, with Blonsky surviving. That was an okay scene, him hiding out in the factory.
Yeah. Threw the fucking forklift at him.
That was cool, but when he threw that big tube thing, like when it was just sliding across, that looked so bad. Like it was the slowest fucking rolling thing. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I just want to give a shout out to a bunch of like green liquid everywhere in this movie. There's he works in a green factory. When he goes and sees the scientists later on, there's just green tubes everywhere.
Yeah, hell yeah. Green's a good color too.
After Ross explains how Banner became the Hulk, Blonsky agrees to be injected with a small amount of similar serum, which gives him enhanced speed, strength, agility, and healing powers, but also begins to deform his skeleton and impairs his judgment. Dude, that scene when he's like looking in the mirror and like his spine is just coming out of his back, like I think it's at like the second injection or first.
The second one, yeah.
And he's like, like it looked bad. As in, like, I don't want that shit happening to me. He's like, no, I need more. I need more of this shit. Give me another hit, doc.
Just one more hit.
Just one more. That's all I need.
But dude, you saw the size of those fucking needles? Like the one they put in the spine? Like, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, the for me was a 2 in the neck. So, we have to do these at the same time. What the fuck?
They gotta touch each other.
By the way, the ones that go in your bones hurt more. Thanks, doc, or thanks, General, for telling me this shit. Banner returns to Culver University, but I forgot about Edward Norton being this fucking bum from Brazil all the way to Portland, Oregon. He's like,
okay. Explain to me this one thing. So he leaves Brazil. He ends up landing in Guatemala, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's only have his pants, and he talks to the dude. The dude goes, "Oh, I'll take you to the town." Then next scene, he's in Mexico. I'm like, you couldn't get clothes in between that time, like. Really?
I thought it was gonna be like, oh, he hulked out again or something, but no, he just couldn't get clothes, man. And so he was just like there, just sitting there begging. Not a plot hole, just like
they don't explain what the heck happened. Like he's like, all right, I'm taking to town in Guatemala. I am in Chiapas.
Yeah. Like, wait.
And then all these Mexicans are like, well, damn, we feel bad for this poor white man. He's just said, let's give him some money and some clothes.
And he's like, do you have stretchy?
Yeah, and then he puts on the lady's ass.
Did you see that joke though? You see that little joke they did in there? Oh, that was later on. Go ahead, never mind.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, that woman has a big butt. I need this.
That's about the Hulk size.
That's that Hulk booty right there.
Banner returns to Culver University and is reunited with Betty. Banner is attacked the second time by Ross and Blonsky's forces, tipped off by Betty's suspicious boyfriend, Leonard Sampson, causing Banner to again transform into the Hulk. This thing skipped all the pizza party. Oh, go ahead. The pizza place.
The boyfriend is such a small character in this. Like,
yeah, he is. I thought he had a bigger part because of who he was, but he didn't.
No, it's Phil Dunphy.
He's like in 3 shots, and he's like,
thank you for contacting us. I don't think I should have contacted you guys.
Father, now I know why. That was his final. That was his big line. That was it.
Who was the pizza dude? Was he like the grandpa of Liv Tyler?
Just a friend. Just a friend. Like they've known each other because
the restaurant owner.
Yeah.
That's where they used to go when they were dating. That was their favorite spot.
I just remember he only said like that
they were working together.
She never blamed you for any of this. Like, damn, you still had like deep conversations with her. Like that's how I thought he was like grandfather or something like this.
Oh no, she's just there. You know, like I talks to the old pizza guy. He's not gonna spill any government secrets.
They have a crazy battle. The ensuing battle outside the university proves futile for Ross's forces, and they retreat. Though Blonsky, whose sanity is faltering, attacks and mocks the Hulk. The Hulk severely injures Blonsky and flees with Betty. After the Hulk reverts to the Banner, he and Betty go on the run. Yeah, this goes pretty fast. And Banner contacts Mr. Blue, who urges him to meet in New York City. Mr. Blue is
Question.
go for it.
Who the fuck is this guy? Because they show something very specific happened to him, and I know that's a character, but I don't know who it is.
The character he becomes is Leader, who's the Hulk nemesis
Okay.
in the cartoons and the comics.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I don't remember him being a professor. But I really don't follow Hulk as much. I just remember he becomes Leader. That's why you see his like head kind of like starting to get bigger.
Yeah, he got the gamma or whatever that shit was in his fucking in his brain.
Like, oh, you're gonna be a big deal in Hulk 2, I bet. And Mr. Blue is actually cellular biologist Dr. Samuel Stearns, who tells Banner he has developed a possible antidote to Banner's condition. That was a cool scene when Banner is there like transforming into the Hulk on the thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
on the bed.
yeah,
She like calms him down.
Yeah, Lieutenant climbs on top like, hey, fucking settle the fuck down.
Hey, big buddy. Yeah, that was a good scene. Him transforming and then hulking down, if you will.
Well, one thing I will say is when it's the Hulk, I don't see Edward Norton there. I don't see Edward Norton's face on the Hulk.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's like they.
CGI was this was 08.
Yeah, but at least make it somewhere looking like him.
Yeah. It didn't look like it. It looked like
he was just really shiny.
Yeah.
After successful test,
he's always in the dark though. It was there, except that one might the scene in the
when they're in the university. And then it starts raining out of nowhere because we gotta hide this.
Really
we gotta hide this. After successful test, he warns Banner that the antidote may only reverse each transformation. Stern reveals he has synthesized Banner's blood samples, which Banner sent from Brazil, into a large supply to apply its limitless potential to medicine. Fearful of the Hulk's power falling into the military's hands, Banner wishes to destroy the blood supply. When they're talking about that stuff, and the military like, I think you're being a little paranoid. I don't think the military would do any. The government would do that. Just bam, just takes off Banner with a tractor. It's like, oh fuck. A recovered Blonsky joins Ross's forces for a third attempt to take Banner into custody. They succeed, and Banner and Betty are taken away in a helicopter. Blonsky stays behind and orders Stern to inject them with Banner's blood as he covets the Hulk's power. Yeah, he wants another hit, right?
Yep.
Yeah, man. He had the whole. What I liked about him is that he had this whole Napoleon complex coming into it. When he got his ass handed to him the first time, he couldn't let it go.
I even liked the
and they juiced him, and he became a juice head, and then
even before he got injected the first time, like how old are you now? Like I think he's 38. But me 10 years ago, whoo, should have seen me in my prime, you know.
Busting ass. That's what
it covers the Hulk's power. The experiment mutates Blonsky into. Oh, I forgot what the line was, but I don't know what you already have in you. But if you mix that with Bruce Banner's blood, it might become an abomination.
Such a comic book line.
Oh god, they never give any of these people names or anything until like later on, right? So you're never called the abomination.
No.
A creature with size and strength surpassing that of the Hulk. He attacks Stern, who gets some of Banner's blood in a cut of his forehead, causing him to begin mutating as well. The abomination rampages through Harlem. Realizing that the Hulk is the only one who can stop the abomination, Banner convinces Ross to release him. He jumps from Ross's helicopter and transforms after hitting the ground.
That was funny.
That was a good scene.
Yeah.
When he opens his eyes, he goes, "Oh shit!" You know, like it's not working. After a battle throughout,
heart rate didn't go up.
It went up. Fucking can't have sex.
It's too long. No sex. No sexy time. Dang.
After a battle throughout Harlem, the Hulk defeats the abomination by nearly strangling him to death with a chain, but spares his life upon hearing Betty's plea and leaves the abomination for Ross and his forces to arrest. After having a peaceful moment with Betty, the Hulk flees New York. He just takes off. He's like, deuces.
Yeah.
A month later, Banner is in Bella Coola, British Columbia. Instead of suppressing his transformation, he begins to transform in the controlled matter with a slight smirk. Later, Tony Stark approaches Ross at a local bar and informs him that a team is being put together. I thought that was an after credit scene. I didn't realize that was like the last scene of the movie.
Yeah, me too.
The only good scene in the whole movie.
Yeah, anything with Tony
You're
Stark
so-
and Robert Downey Jr. is the best part of the
Yup.
movie.
Yeah, they didn't save it for the end. They did it.
It wasn't even slutty Tony. You guys are so wrong.
All right.
Slutty Tony's the top tier Tony.
Top Tony.
Top Tony.
Doesn't get much better.
Oops. Where's it at? Let me at him. There we go. All right, here we go. So many numbers to look at. Story.
4.
Oof.
Wow. Percy.
It's a
Face-
4.
there-
That's being generous.
There was a
Being
story.
generous?
The
I
story
think
is
because they missed the origin story. It was done in like 2 minutes. I think that was missing in the context of the entire movie. It felt like a part 2 without being a part 2.
yeah. It felt like the
Without
second half of a
having-
movie that wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like, you guys know the Hulk, right? Here you go. We don't need to know that whole first part of the movie.
It was a short movie. What did you say? It's an hour 12?
Hour 18, hour 12, somewhere around
20. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it felt like I walked into the theater late.
there.
I mean, that to me is like I get it that I don't know.
think-
I don't know.
I
Maybe
think- They like,
There you
if
go.
I were to assume, they were like, well, they could have shown the whole part where that whole fucking bullshit in the beginning with the credits. Like, they could have just put that as part of the movie, like 30 minutes or so. But I don't think they felt like they could do that in the first half of a movie about Hulk. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we gotta know where the Hulk
Like all the
comes from, man.
sciencey shit.
We
And
gotta
we were
see.
like, what the fuck is this? I don't want to watch the science shit.
I gotta see
what I feel.
Norton get mad without being the Hulk yet and being like, show him getting angry, show him being mad and shit before getting all this shit injected into
Bruce
him.
Banner get angry?
Yeah,
Not do anything?
yeah. I want to see him like this guy's already.
Why?
I want to see him already be a hothead and have to deal with trying to be the Hulk. He's like, oh shit,
I want to watch.
I'm already a guy that's angry. Might as well try to figure out how to deal with being angry and being the Hulk at the same time.
He
there
does
was a
that
lot.
at the end. That's what the
there-
end's for.
There was a lot of assumptions being made in this film that you like know the comics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thunderclap.
And
That's from the game.
so I just thought the movie itself didn't do a good job of telling the story.
Fighting action stuff. I did like the anytime the Hulk was kicking things and destroying things and pulling things apart and climbing shit and military's coming in and fucking shit up and you think bullets are gonna do something to that thing? Let's bring out the fucking missile. Booyah! Like I did like
Yeah, it did-
the action. I give that a
What do you
7.
got? A 7?
Yeah.
I could go up to 7 then.
I'm not.
Visual CGI. Oh, something about Hulk looked off throughout the whole movie until
I really like Abomination in that fight.
the last fight. I think that was like the best Hulk and Abomination looked, but throughout the whole movie, it looked terrible.
It looked weird.
Yeah,
It looks CGI.
It's just bad. That's why I have it as a 3.
that's what I'm saying. Is like that's one of the things that once it takes you out of the movie and like you're analyzing what's wrong with this. Is like the shadows wrong or is it too shiny? That-
Dude, it's so shiny.
Yeah, he looked like he was sweating a lot. That's true. Bring me down to a 6 if you could.
I'll 6 you up.
Thank you.
Performance. Edward Norton was there. Tim Roth was there too. All the things that Slung said, like all these great actors, and Liv Tyler.
Yeah. Yeah, she just felt so out of place.
They didn't have like a connection I didn't feel like they were,
They
in
feel like a couple
yeah, like a couple.
at all.
They weren't. They weren't. She was literally dating another guy.
No, but they were together. That's supposedly the love of her life. That's why she left the guy to go back with him.
And was that not?
Didn't seem like it just felt weird.
I mean, they were on the run.
Yeah.
When
And then you
No
never really saw.
chemistry.
Yeah.
I'm sticking to a 4.
I don't know.
there was a part,
I didn't look at that part of the acting that I didn't care for her too much.
there was a part where the general is walking away from Steve Tyrell, not Steve Tyrell, Ty Burrell, from Phil Dunphy, and he's going, how did my daughter date these people or something like that? He's like,
Where did she find them?
yeah, where did she find these guys?
She find these guys. Yeah. He
Uh,
hates scientists, obviously. He hates nerds.
they explained that he was a therapist or something, psychiatrist.
No.
He's but he's a good one, And then that didn't even come into play.
At all.
Music score, I'm gonna go with 2, just because, and the 2 is just because they did use the old Hulk theme.
That's why I gave it a 3. The Hulk.
He was walking down. Oh, it's so sad. It's so sad.
That was good. It was perfect. Really did. Like, what more do you want from the Hulk? I don't want.
The score was so bad in this. It was just awful. It was mixed awful. It made the movie feel cheesier than it just is bad. The music score fucking sucked. And honestly, I think it was one of the worst things about this movie.
Oof, Sling, that's saying a lot. Because there's so many things wrong with this movie that you can pick and choose what was wrong.
The score was awful.
The villain. All right, who do you guys are saying the villains? It's Abomination.
Ross.
It's
Abomination.
General Ross. Tim Roth.
I guess I'll go up to a 4 on that one. Change mine to 4. Because Roth was a good bad guy. At the end.
I did like his motivation. He was just old. He wanted to be super.
Yeah, he's like, I really want to be the best.
I will say they reused both the villains in this movie. In later movies.
No spoilers. Ross, he was just like over the top, and I need to go get my weapon, kind of a villain. Roth was really good.
So cartoony.
Yeah, and the Abomination was, I don't know. He's just like, I'm just gonna be crazy Hulk.
Got roid rage. That's what it was.
Oh, shit, no. I'll do a 5. I'll do a 5 on that. They were
With a 4.
they were okay villains. Cinematography. There was some I think cool scenes that happened, as in like he's taking a shower and he's looking up at the shower head and it turns like to a machine gun. I'm like, oh fuck, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, shell shock scenes. There was a couple of those.
And every time they did that, I thought that was pretty cool. But overall, it was just really weird.
It looked off, like if almost like low budget at some points. Like, ugh.
It looked blurry.
We're talking about cinematography?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awful. It was just like dark and just didn't look Hollywood. It didn't look professional. They like the level that Iron Man was at felt more in line with like what the Marvel movies would eventually look like. And then this felt more like it belonged in the 90s.
It was just
to me.
I get
Like
you.
made for TV back in the day.
It felt very dated. Yeah, the cinematography.
Agreed.
Lou Ferrigno was convinced with the pizza to let and we're Norring up.
Yeah, well, it's a pizza.
I can't blame him,
I can't blame. Yeah, I understand.
I like that part. Yeah.
There's like little to no comedy in this. Like, there's no personality to it. There's no. Like,
There was only one funny scene, well, 2 funny scenes, but one of them was where she gives them, Liv Tyler gives Edward Norton like the big purple shorts. I'm like, I get it, comics reference, and then that and the oh shit moment falling down. That's like the only 2 funny.
There was a point where he dumps like all her stuff in the purse onto the bed. He's like, we can't take any of this stuff, and I couldn't tell if she was being serious or sarcastic. She's like, well, what about the money, and like, what about my lip gloss, and like, what about, and like, I couldn't tell honestly if she was.
Yeah.
Is that just Liv Tyler?
That could be just Liv Tyler.
I just think some of this. I just think some of this badness from this movie, it was just bad writing. It was just a bad script. Bad. Like I don't think it was necessarily the actor's fault necessarily.
They're trying to work with what they were given. What they were given was crap.
It just felt rushed. It felt like a 7-year-old wrote it.
Marvel Impact, I'm giving that a 3 as well. It's just all those things that he does are just not,
None of it matters until the very end.
Yeah. He destroys New York and nobody cares.
And then he just goes, "I'm green." Zoom into my eyes. That was so corny. I'm sorry, that was corny. That ending
with a little smirk,
like, it was so out of the character. That smirk, I was just like, wait. I'm sure Edward Norton is like crying into his millions of dollars. Like,
I could have been.
That had to have felt cheesy. That had to have felt like, oh man, that can't be the director making me do this.
I could have been Mark Ruffalo. Overall, I'm giving this a 5. 5 out of 10. 4. No, that's not a 4. That's a 4. 4 out of 10.
All right, I'm sticking to my score.
I'm sticking.
Bring me down to a 7.
7?
Yeah.
I'm about to look at your score from the other one. If you like this one more than Iron Man, just saying.
I did. I can tell you that.
Oh my god.
Absolutely did.
Oof.
He stabbed him with his fucking elbow bone. What do you got? Are you kidding me?
That's why the action, the fighting's good. That's why he gets high ratings over that side.
I mean, that alone was better than most of the Iron Man movie for me.
Whoa.
You know.
The Jericho?
Okay.
All right, here you go. You guys ready to see your scores?
When you've seen one missile blow up, you've seen them all.
He had a lot of little missiles in his suit.
Great. Didn't stab anybody with their
Damn.
own fucking elbow bone in their chest.
Oof. So I got a 39, Dwayne with the 69, wow. Nice. Slunk with a 34, nice. And Percy with a 36. So it gets our grand total to... Can't even see it. 44.5. Compared to last week's 74.5. So currently, our standings are... Oh, I still got to make that one. Our standings are Incredible Hulk at number 2 and Iron Man at number 1. So far, I think this we believe in the score system's working out.
So far, so good. So what's our next task, Edgar?
Our next one, we're going back with Tony. Iron Man 2 already.
All right.
They're stunning, dude. The MCU is getting built with like baby deer legs right now, just learning how to walk.
Let's see. I want to put this thing up. Where's it at? Let me at him.
Where do we have it? Hey, there we are.
I got there. So we have Incredible Hulk at 26.
Yeah. Now that team
it's gonna keep on going down. Unless Dwayne just tanks all the other movies from now here on out.
And I might put 0 for all the movies out of spite at this point.
Come on, Dwayne.
What? I'm always it's like it's a weird dynamic right now.
We have different opinions of these movies.
I think Iron Man might go up now. Iron Man 3.
Which
How
is
bad?
stupid.
Over
How
Hulk.
bad this Hulk movie was?
Yeah, there's no way it was worse than Iron Man 3. But it's gonna be whatever.
You got them all mad and frustrated now, Percy. Look what you did.
I really don't want to keep doing this.
Dwayne, we have
It's making
26
you
more
mad.
movies to go.
Yeah.
No, it's just like it's like a 3-on-1 thing. You guys are all in sync, and I'm not. And it's just like, why am I doing it?
Because
It's
you
weird.
can,
Not that I expect you to agree with me. It's just like, I don't know.
you have to convince us on certain things.
I convince you guys.
My score went up.
Yeah, mine too.
Still
Way
dog
lower.
shit.
It's
I'm always gonna be the one convincing. That's the thing. That's what I don't know. That's my assumption at least. It's all right. Keep
That was
it going.
until it happens.
I mean,
listen. When we're
It
fighting
happened.
for when I'm fighting for Endgame to be number one, you guys aren't believing in me. It's gonna be we're having our own fights. Or we're gonna have our own battles.
I want Winter Soldier to be number 1. And none of y'all agree with me.
It's gonna go. It's gonna go.
We'll see. We'll see.
That was the end of Marvel rankings, MCU's rankings. We'll come back next week with Iron Man Dos. And what are we ranking or cheering next week? What do you guys feel like doing? We're gonna discuss that within the week again?
Maybe we should discuss it during the week.
During the week.
Sounds bueno. Remember, we do have our sub go on the bottom, trying to get to Mario Party with punishments. We came up with a good one yesterday. I'm pretty proud of. One of the punishments is all the non-losers are gonna select a nice little teaspoon of a condiment, put that in a shot glass, and then we'll mix that up, and then someone has to drink it. All right. Nice little mayo hot sauce vinegar shot. That's gonna be pretty good, you know. Just don't lose. It's easy.
Oh God.
Not losing is half the battle.
That's gonna suck.
Pretty fun.
All right.
Get that Pepto and Alka-Seltzer ready, fellas.
I say thank you to Percy, thank you to Slunk, and thank you to Dwayne for everybody being here today. It was a good time. We'll be back tomorrow with State of Decay 2.
Thank you all so much for being my friends.
And Slunko just gifted a sub. Thank you so much, Slunko. Appreciate that, whoever you are out there. And with that, ends the stream, and see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.